Hi everyone, big welcome to 2022 and Happy New Year from me. I hope it's gotten off to a good start for you, and I wish you all the best with persevering with your UK job search. If you haven't done so already, I suggest you sign up for the free Prino Careers newsletter, which includes job listings with sponsorship, opportunities for international students, lots of careers advice and guidance, and also some visa and immigration updates. So everything you need to really be informed about your UK job search and to help you along the way is in the newsletter. It's sent out on a weekly basis, and like I said, it's free to subscribe to. So why not go ahead and subscribe? Nothing to lose, right? So basically today I thought I would do a short video about the Global Mobility Scheme in the UK. So I previously mentioned this in the newsletter, sharing a very brief article about the UK government's announcement to extend this option to Icelandic and Indian nationals in 2022. So we're in 2022 now, and I know a lot of you in my network who are based in India are really keen to know what's happening with this. What is the process? How do you apply? How do you express your interest? And yeah, I'm going to do a very, very brief presentation about this. And I'm just going to break down the information that I've found through my own research and through my network as well. And it's for you to have that knowledge as well. I will say that I'm not a visa expert. I'm not an immigration lawyer. I'm a career consultant by profession. So if you are looking for specific answers and queries about your individual situation regarding visas or anything like that, I would suggest that you contact an immigration lawyer. I do have people in my network that I can refer you to, so please get in contact if you need someone, and I can happily refer you. Okay, so before continue, I'm just going to share. I've done a couple of slides just to lay the information out quite visually for some people who prefer that. So the Youth Mobility Scheme 2022, what is it? Well, it's a cultural exchange programme to experience UK life for up to 2 years. Okay, so you can go to the UK to work or study, no job offer needed, no offer of an educational course, no certificate of sponsorship, basically. This has been extended to Indian and Icelandic nationals aged only between 18 to 30. So this has been in place for a while. It was called the Global Mobility Tier 5 visa previously. So it's been around for a while, and it's been offered to other countries, but it's being now extended to India and Iceland. There are 3,000 places allocated for Indians per year. So this year it's 3,000, and that's what it's capped at, and next year will be the same. You can submit your expression of interest between the 17th to 19th of January. So I will cover that in a bit more detail about how to do that, what does it involve, and so on. Okay, so eligibility, as I said, 18 to 30 years old on the date of application. You have to be educated to level RQF 6, which is equivalent to honours bachelor's degree. If you're not sure of whether your qualification or if you've got a diploma is equivalent, you can go on the NARIC website, NARIC, and that will allow you to do a comparison with your qualifications to see, you know, where they are in relation to the UK RQF levels, or minimum 3 years work experience in a specific category. So you also have to have £2,530 available funds in your bank account for at least 28 consecutive days. So that's 28 days in a row. This can be in an Indian bank account, that's fine. Ideally in your name, and where you can show proof that it is your funds and it's your bank account. You can't have any children living with you or who are financially dependent on you. So you would have to prove that as well. If you have children, you have to perhaps prove that they aren't financially dependent on you. You haven't lived in the UK under the same scheme previously, so you've not been in the UK under the Tier 5 Global Mobility Scheme. And there's no specific English language requirements mentioned as yet, so we can assume that that might stay that way. Okay, so the two options, as I touched on there, are education route, where you have to be educated to RQF level 6, which is equivalent to bachelor's honours, or work experience. So minimum of 3 years experience in a professional role, which is equivalent to an eligible occupation listed on the skilled occupations appendix. So this is crucial that you have a look on the skilled occupations appendix for the UK and you see if your job is there or a very similar job. And you need to make the decision whether you apply through the education route or work experience route. Okay, so documents required. So if you are going to apply through the education route, you would need evidence of your qualification from the university or educational establishment, a certificate, and also transcript, or an official letter from the institution, someone who works there to say that you did study there and you did gain a qualification equivalent to RQF level 6. For the work experience route, they ask you to prove it through official payslips or a letter from your employer to state that you worked there, and it is minimum 3 years work experience. Okay, so things to consider. So there's no fee for expression of interest. There hasn't been a fee for expression of interest for other countries, so we don't see why there would be for the UK, for Indian nationals and Icelandic nationals. A negative TB test is something that's asked for, and application fee is £244. Immigration health surcharge is £624 for each year, so that's times 2, £1,248. And if you're unsuccessful, you can apply again. So the next time would be like roughly July. You can be self-employed and set up a company, but there's some criteria about that, like the premises can't be more than can't be more than £5,000 of worth of merchandise and a business cost, things like that. You can be self-employed, you cannot work as a professional sports person, extend your stay, get public funds, or bring family members under this route. If you want to study in the UK, I would probably suggest that the Tier 4 student visa is a better option because it's not capped. And also then you get access to the post-study work visa, which allows you to stay for 2 years after you graduate. Whereas this one is capped and it's probably more going to be for people who maybe not going through the student route. Skilled worker visa is an option still for professionals. So remember again, thinking about whether you want to go through the skilled worker visa route, if that's better for you. Again, that's not capped at the moment. If you're applying through work experience route, then the occupation must be listed on that appendix. And this is not a route to settlement, and applications must be made from outside the UK. The other thing to consider is, the application fee here and the TB test, like some of these criteria, this is when you actually come to apply for this route. First, you have to express your interest, which is what I mentioned at the beginning. And this is what I'm going to cover now. So there's an invitation to apply open from the 1st of January on the gov.co.uk website, apparently. I have checked and I can't find that yet. So basically they will provide an email. You apply through email. So you express your interest through an email. The email address will be provided anytime from the 1st of January on the gov.co.uk website, which I'll show you at the end. And in the content of that email, you put your details, your full name, your date of birth, your nationality, and your passport number. And you include a brief outline of the eligibility criteria that you meet and whether you're applying for the education or work experience route. Okay, so again, you need to decide which one of those you have a better chance with. Is it the work experience or with your educational qualifications? I would suggest attaching a scanned copy of your passport page so they can see that your name and details match, and it just adds a bit more of a professional touch, really, if you do that from the get-go. And then you can apply between 17th to 19th is the ballot process. That's when it opens. It's open for 48 hours. from the 17th to the 19th. So actually you send the email on the 17th, between the 17th and the 19th. Okay, so the ballot means that names are randomly chosen through the ballot process, and then you can apply for the actual visa. So that's when you would have to pay the £244 and the immigration health surcharge at that point. This is only an email to say you're expressing your interest for the education or work experience route, and then you wait to see if your name has been chosen. You can only submit one expression of interest as well. Okay, so what to do now? So check that you meet the eligibility criteria, decide whether educational work experience route is more suitable for you, ensure that you have the documents required, check the gov.co.uk website to see if, when the email address is going to go up. Draft your email now and have it ready to send on the 17th of January. And be mindful of UK etiquette and use of English in your email as well. Of course, they don't mention English language requirements, but maybe just, you never know, just write it in a professional manner with quite UK etiquette. So no ma'am, sir, you don't need to write those greetings are not appropriate for the UK. So keep it in context and appropriate. Okay, so thanks very much for listening. I hope that's been helpful. Like I said, I'm not an immigration expert or a lawyer. So if you do want legal advice, I would suggest you contact an immigration lawyer. At this point, you just need to check that you meet the eligibility criteria and then draft the email and have that ready to send. They are saying that you should hear back by the 28th of January to see if you have been successful in the ballot process, and then you can submit an application. Okay, so here's the link to the I'll just show you the website. So some of you might already know the gov.co.uk website, and this is where you get the information. Okay. So again, it's not fully been updated with India, but it shouldn't be a reason that it should change too much from how it was before. So yeah, you can have a look at this page. It's, like I said, yeah, it's not really been updated for India. Someone in my network did share a useful document, Home Office document. So I'm going to share a link to that in the newsletter. But yeah, this is the. Okay, so do not use the page to enter the ballot for India. Young professional scheme, the ballot for Indian nationals is not open yet. So that's what it has. Okay, so here the documents you must provide as well. So this is, of course, when you have been successful with the application. Sorry, with the registering your interest. So it tells you here, but it's always a good idea to have these documents ready. So for example, your NARIC, if you aren't sure of your qualifications, you need to get them you need to get them converted. Then NARIC website, making sure that your passport is up to date as well, and it's not going to expire within 6 months. Okay, so thanks very much for listening, and I hope that you found it helpful. And I will be updating people in my network more, the more information I get and hear and read about. And I'm very excited about this scheme because there's a lot of Indian nationals in my network who are dying to get to the UK. I would say that, if you are going to apply through this route, really think about what you are going to do when you get to the UK. So how are you going to start applying for jobs, making sure your CV is in the UK format, all the things that I emphasize a lot about. So if you are successful, being that one step ahead with knowing where to look for jobs, what kind of jobs that you could get in the UK with your skills. And again, your Indian resume should be in the UK CV format, cover letter done, LinkedIn profile updated, all those things I'd recommend. Okay, so thanks for listening and enjoy this week's newsletter, and we will see you soon.